So, you remember the other day I told people that in today's society you're not allowed to stand up for yourself. That's right. You're supposed to just take it. That's right. Don't matter how old you are. Don't matter if you're a child. Don't matter if you're an adult. See, other people think that they have a right to treat other people like shit. They have a right to be criminals and steal whatever they want from you, just like the TSA worker that stole $300 off the elderly couple. And then they don't want to be acknowledged about it because they're not allowed to stand up for themselves. Well, it's no different here. It's like I told you about YouTube's policies, YouTube's rules, okay? YouTube's rules only apply to who YouTube decides it applies to. Other than that, it don't apply, YouTube makes the rules as they go, and the rules are only enforceable upon the people, the bullies at YouTube decide to bully, okay? Them people, they have to abide the rules. But the other people that YouTube sucks dick to, they don't have to. Well, here's a good example right here, okay? Now, of course, excuse my language a minute ago, but that's just the facts and the truth, okay? Boy 9 suspended from school for standing up to bully. A Colorado child was kicked out of class after he finally fought back against a bully that tormented him for months. Well, see, that's because he's not allowed to fight back. He's supposed to just take it. That's right. Not allowed to stand up for yourself. You're supposed to just take it. That's what our society believes now. Now, if he became a bully and he treated other people like dirt, then that would be acceptable. Okay? That's right. If he became a criminal and he treated everybody around him like complete garbage, that's acceptable. Okay? So he could bully some other kid on the playground all he wanted. No wrong. No. That's okay. But how dare you stand up for yourself? That's what that comes down to. It's no different on YouTube than it is here in real life, okay? Because, see, in real life, this little boy gets bullied, okay? When he finally stood up for himself, he's not allowed to. Now, however, the bully can get by with it all they want. Isn't it sort of like on YouTube? When you have people like Brandon Kirk and Desert Laser and Volter, okay? They go around and attack people on a regular basis, break all of YouTube's rules. Slander, call names, fucking attack people left and right for no reason other than they can. And does YouTube do anything about it? No, they don't. But if you stand up for yourself against them, then YouTube will step forward to take out the person that's being bullied. That's right. So, and here's a good example right here of how our today's society is, okay? You see what's happening here? That's right, he was suspended for school because he fought back. The parents say it was unjust, okay? 9 was removed from his third grade classroom on Tuesday after a tussle with another child at West Elementary School in Colorado Springs. The school decided to punish both the bully and Nathan, a move that Nathan's parents think is unjust. Yeah, because, I'm sure the boy told the school over the months that this kid was doing this and this and this, and the school chose to do nothing about it. Because that's acceptable behavior, you understand. Bullying somebody and treating other people like dirt is acceptable behavior in today's society. Though, however, if you're the one being bullied and you stand up for yourself, that's not acceptable. You're not supposed to stand up for yourself. If they want to kill you, you let them kill you. You don't fight back, you take it. Because if you fight back, now you're the one that's in trouble, okay? Now, of course, right here at the end of the story, the school says, well, it's because they have a no tolerance policy for fighting. But you have a high tolerance problem for bullying, don't you? That's acceptable behavior. And here's pictures of the kid that he come home from school the parents took. You can see the welts on the kid's face. That's right. When you read this story, I'll leave the link in the more. This is a picture of their child when he come home from school when he was being bullied with welts on his face from the kid he got in a fight with when he stood up for himself. See, but that was acceptable. See, that's acceptable behavior. That kid had the right to do whatever he wanted to this kid because society said so. Okay? The school system said so. But when this kid stood up for himself, okay, now that's a crime. That is a crime. The crime that was committed was he stood up for himself. That's a lot like on YouTube. If you get bullied on YouTube and ridiculed and harassed, don't stand up for yourself, because if you stand up for yourself, you're in the wrong. You're supposed to just take it. Ask YouTube. Okay? YouTube knows. They act just like the school. So, you know, but this is what our society's come down to. This is exactly what society's come down to. Is that if you're being picked on, you're being bullied, ridiculed, you take it. If they want to beat the fuck out of you, break your ribs, and kill you, you do not have a right to fight back. You must let them kill you. Why? Because society says so. YouTube says so. The school system says so. That's right. How come you think this boy got bullied for months? What, you think he just didn't fucking, nobody did nothing? You honestly think that this boy come home from school with these welts on his face and that the parents didn't complain to the school? You can bet your ass they did. Okay? But that's not what happens now, is it? He would come home from school once a week with terrible tales of being bullied on the schoolyard, they said. They even provided photograph evidence that the boy pledged, which features him covered in red welts. Finally, we told him, if there's nobody else around, you do what you have to do. His mother, she told him to do what he has to do, his mother said, right? Anyhow. Parents' problem. Nathan's parents think that the school's policy is unfair and that the negligence of administrators forced the boy to take action against the terminator. That's right. They did. Because, like I said, the negligence of the administrators of the school. Because when you told the school the bullying was going on, like so many people have done, the schools turned their back and looked the other way. That's because bullying somebody, treating another human being like complete dirt, is acceptable in today's society. But if that human being is being treated like complete dirt, stands up for themselves, how dare them stand up for themselves? They're not allowed to do that. That's what our society believes. That you're not allowed to stand up for yourself. That's why I said, now, if Nathan would be a bully himself, and he'd go around and do on to others the way the bully was doing to him, then that would become acceptable behavior, unless he's already been deemed undesirable. Now, if he was deemed undesirable, then it wouldn't be acceptable behavior neither, because he's an undesirable and he must die. Because that's how sick this world is now. Think about it. Natural selection. That's right. The undesirables, we need to rid them off society, don't we? Think about it. And there's so many people who believe in that hogwash too. And last but not least, victim's family outraged. This 11-year-old girl will not be charged after classmates 10 dies in schoolyard fight. Remember this girl? She got in a fight with another girl over a boy. That's right, because even at that age, out of all the boys there, even at this age, they all want the same boys. That's right, that's how young it starts nowadays. Little girls, 10 and 11 years old, are all chasing after the same percentage of boys, leaving the rest of the boys to go fuck themselves. Excuse my language. So this girl gets in a fight with another girl over a boy. I remember this story. Okay? And charges was filed. The coroner actually ruled the death a homicide of this child. That's no lie. I read the story earlier before I went to work. I'll leave the link for you, okay? But the prosecutor's office decided that there should be no charges filed. You know why? Because it's a girl. That's right. Even though it's a girl that died, it's a girl that got in the fight with her that caused her death. So the girl can't be prosecuted. That's the prosecutor. She's got a hole between her legs. That's not allowed. So this is just a tragic loss because, see, this girl lost her life in the fight, but the girl who killed her in the fight over another boy, she don't have to go to jail. She don't have to do juvenile justice or anything. Why? Because she has a hole between her legs. Now, if this had been two boys, 10 and 11 years old, fighting over a girl, and the boy would die, one of the boys would die, the other boy would be brought up on charges. The prosecutor's office would have no problem with that. They would prosecute that little boy immediately, okay? But the reason that the girl isn't being prosecuted is because she's a girl. It's more of a double standards. So yeah, the family's outraged because they can't get justice for their daughter's death because it was another girl that killed her. That's right. You got to remember, if you're born into this world with a hole between your legs, you have it made. Okay, you have it made. If you're born with a dick between your legs, however, though, you're fucked. You're screwed. The only reason the charges ain't being brought up here is because the perpetrator was an 11-year-old girl. Okay? The 10-year-old girl who died when these two girls got in a fight over the boy. Well, that's just a tragic ending, isn't it? But just remember, if this would have been two boys, 11 and 10, fighting over a girl, then the 11-year-old boy would be being prosecuted right now. There's not a doubt about it. He would be being prosecuted. Why? Because he has a dick between his legs. Because in this case, the coroner actually ruled this a homicide. The prosecutor's office won't charge because it has a hole between his legs. Believe me, if it had been an 11-year-old boy, charges would be filed. Prosecutor would be going forward with the case. No lie. That's the absolute freaking truth. That's how sick this fucking world is.